I said, what if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I
Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Izuku and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
one because she would be
Try
able
it.
to
Oh,
tell
I think
me.
you're good.
I'm on right now. It's on.
You're on?
I think I just fixed
Try it now. Do we have, can you hear us?
I can see.
Now you can. Okay. Yay.
Thank you, True Davis in the house.
All right, let me turn down my volume.
True Davis taking care of our sound, our setup and everything.
Because we want you to be part of it when we solve the world's issues.
That's right. We want you to be able to hear us. So thank you, True, for making sure we can be heard today.
So, so that we don't waste any time, I want to say Happy International Women's Day. Today is International Women's Day, so happy International Women's Day. And know that our topic today goes right into what the core of being a goddess in this world is all about. So there you have it.
That was
And
a
I
really good
have-
intro.
And I have some
Impressive.
I have an interesting experiential to happen today. So I'm going to let you know that it's going to involve a cup of coffee. So if you don't have one, you're going to need one, or at least something in your cup. That's it. All right. That's all I got so far.
Well, good morning.
And good morning. I'm Reverend Jeannie Sobrans. This is Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu.
Oh, look at you.
I know. It only took me a year.
Do that to show
I
off.
do. I like to say
It's
that.
impressive.
It is a hard
I mean-
name. I called you Reverend Dr. Michelle E for a very long time beforehand. So yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just being cute when you did that.
I'm always just
Oh,
being.
cute. That's always being cute. She
Can't
is,
help
she is.
myself.
Are you praying in? Who's praying in? What do you want to do?
You're praying in. I
I'm
prayed in
praying.
yesterday or last week,
Let's do it.
because you weren't here, but
Oh,
I had to pray.
she
in.
has to say that. So sad.
She was sick.
Just because she misses me.
I did miss you. Ready?
Yes, let's
All
do
right.
it. Just take a deep breath. Yes, I love that release. One more time. And as we let go of everything out of this moment, we are here present. We are in the now. We are together, experiencing this moment together, releasing anything before that has shown up. We know it will be there later. And anything that's planned after our time together, we will do that also later. We are just going to be here. Put your feet on the ground, or feel yourself anchored in the chair, wherever you are this morning. Allow yourself to be grounded in this space, in this now moment. Recognizing the one power, the one energy, the one source that is divine. That is truth, that is love. That is each one of us as we express uniquely that truth and that love through our connection, through our oneness. And as I am grounded in this moment and in my truth, I speak my word for our time together, knowing that it is divinely guided and truly blessed. And as we allow ourselves to be here now, we receive what is ours to receive. We know what to share. We are open to ideas. We receive the love. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here, to be a part of this time. And I let it go, know and trust that it is already done perfectly, whole and complete in the mind of God. And together we say,
And so it is.
do your thing.
I can't do it with a. There you go. I do it with a microphone, just be shooting it across the place
That'd be
here.
a whole other thing.
That would not be good. That would not
Be all
be
right.
good for my congregation or my microphone. So
That's right.
there's
Well, I
that.
missed you last week
I know.
on the I Move Life with Divine Confidence. This is the month of spiritual confidence.
Right.
And I and bummed that I missed that because we need that spiritual confidence right now. We need to be grounded and rested and coming from our spiritual confidence. So
Absolutely.
I'm
Well, we
glad to
had a
be here
wonderful
today.
guest.
Yes,
We had a
I
wonderful
heard
guest. Bella Enriquez was with us,
Oh,
and
that's
we
so
had a great conversation. And yeah, I felt like I took that spiritual confidence into this week, right? It was such a grounding conversation for me that, I felt truly blessed. And what is this called this month? Because I want to make sure.
Spiritual confidence.
It is spiritual confidence. What a different expression
Right.
of the divine because I know you can have a huge thank you, Amy.
What are you doing?
Nothing. You can have like confidence as a human in things and it's over here. Thank you. Is there like a?
I have to take care of this. Okay.
Well, that's part of your job.
You're the
Yeah.
big
Oh.
man.
Yeah.
Where'd it go, though?
I don't know.
Oh,
You see it?
yes.
Okay, awesome.
Use a tissue.
Yeah,
what is
or
it?
your
I can't
shoe.
do that, guys.
No?
I think I'm gonna use my shoe. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Use your shoe.
I'm really not a bug guy. I can't.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a little bug. It's not little. It's got Reeboks on, for goodness sakes.
Oh,
I'll
God.
do the clean up.
Yeah, there we go. Okay,
Thank you,
so-
Drew.
Just having divine confidence in True that he'll handle things. I
That
love,
is true and not lyric.
I love that.
Yeah,
his-
right.
I love that his question
Lyric would
was,
not have done it.
"This is my job."
I'm sorry, was this on my job? Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
now
I
it will
believe
be.
was
Ask
is.
for a raise.
Yeah, now it'll be on your, on your resume, right?
I hate bugs so much. I can't.
Handler of.
Good.
Thank you, True.
Bravo, Drew, thank you.
And anyhow.
Okay. Spiritual confidence, spiritual
Yeah, there
confidence,
you go.
spiritual confidence.
How funny. Okay, so let's get back to
Okay, yes.
my strength flows from
I'm like,
inner
what
stillness.
is she doing?
I know.
It's
I
so
was
weird.
trying to be calm
It's so
about
weird
it
right now.
because I just watched it out of the corner of my eye. Walk across the floor. But you know what? What a perfect example about inner stillness, right? Because while that was happening, that little, stir up and everything, nothing changed, right?
Right.
Yeah, there were some things that were happening in our world. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that. Let's see.
I just want to make sure we are.
Yeah, we
recording.
are
Okay.
live, yeah. There were some things happening in our world, in our peripheral vision, but who we are as divine God beings
Right.
didn't change.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So that is something that we need to remember going forward, because chaos happens, right? If you woke up this morning in the United States, chaos happens. You know that. So what do you do moving forward? How do you move forward with the things that are happening in our world as a global thing, and then maybe in your world individually? We had a little conversation beforehand about, health issues and job situations and how it is that the world just flows. Transition happens, right?
Right.
Change is constantly happening. That is the one constant in the world, is things are going to change.
Right.
So having that knowing and that inner stillness is what we need to move forward from. And we talk about that, right? About beginning within,
Right.
knowing that you're calm, centered, grounded, and you invited us all to put our feet on the floor, to do
So to
that.
speak, yeah.
Yeah.
Be grounded,
To be
somehow
grounded
be grounded
into it,
in
yeah.
this space, in this time. Right, and I think when there's so much going on around you, and it feels like, I know so many people feel hopeless and they're scared and they're worried and they don't know what could be done or what should be done or what, which way should they turn basically at this point. And it's always within.
Mhm.
It's always within. And I know that sounds simplistic. It sounds simplistic when I say it to people that are feeling that way.
Right.
But if they don't have a spiritual connection, that spiritual confidence yet, it does sound absurd. What are you talking about? Oh, I just go within? What am I just gonna go? Yes, actually, yes.
Because
That's
it
what
sounds
we need
passive.
to do.
It sounds passive. It sounds like
Right.
you're not going to do anything.
Right.
We are a world of doing beings. Gotta
Right.
do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have to be very, as a person who has a lot of spiritual understanding, I have to be very careful what I'm putting my energy on. Because I certainly don't want to give any more power to the stuff that I don't want to see. And I haven't done it yet, but I've been feeling this strong urge to go on social media on my Reverend page and just say that all of you empaths, I know I'm one, my husband is an extreme one. He's really suffering with all of this right now. It's very difficult for him to navigate this. I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are feeling that. And I keep getting this urge to say, please don't numb yourself through the experience. Please don't stay as clear-minded through this experience as you can, because we need you. We need those feelings. We need you to do what you're supposed to be doing right now. And I ask you to go within and work from within, though. Don't become a part of the rage and a part of the fear and a part of all that. And don't numb yourself from it either.
Right.
Whatever that might be. If you go get a drink, I'm going to watch eight episodes of a show and just keep myself out of it. Just, binge on something or eat a bunch of stuff or do it, whatever it is that you do to numb yourself. Please don't do that. Please stay present. We need all of us to stay present right now through this happening, all the stuff that's happening.
Right.
We need each other.
Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So
Right.
the importance of stillness is about taking that pause.
Yeah.
Taking that breath before responding, before reacting, before anything, right?
Right.
And anger is an emotion that can cause us to react or respond prior to taking a pause, right?
Not that it's not warranted.
No,
Not
But-
saying it's not warranted.
right. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that before responding, take a pause, take a thought, take a breath, take a beat. To come from a place that is grounded in your divine self. Because, like you said, there's a lot of times when emotions are involved, and I don't know if you're human. I mean, they have released that, aliens are real. So there could be others watching. I'm just addressing
All
humans.
of you. All of
I'm
you.
not sure about emotions for extraterrestrial lifestyles, but just saying.
Just saying.
As a human being, right, we're going to have
life,
these
not a
emotions.
lifestyle.
Oh, it is a life, not a lifestyle. Thank you, Ann. As a gay minister, that was really bad of me. I apologize.
I don't even know what we're talking about right now. You're good with
Sorry.
me.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
That with emotions, they come with everything, right? No matter what it is, you're drinking your coffee, you have an emotion. This is good. It feels good. I'm enjoying it. Or, oh, I need this caffeine shot so I can move forward. We have something going on within us at all times, right? We're not automatons. So because of that, we have to integrate how we feel with our actions, with our spiritual integrity, and move from that space, which is not always easy if we allow any of those aspects of ourselves, like emotion, or just going straight to the mind. This is the logical thing to do and not include our empathy. Don't act that, you can't act from that part either and expect to receive what it is you're looking for in the world, right? And at this time, I love that you said about not numbing out, because it is so easy. It is
And
so
it feels like
easy.
you need to, I'm sure. I
Right.
feel like there's times where I think, I'm not opposed to coming home and having a drink, just relaxing, but I won't even let myself do that right now because I know it's coming from a place of the stress and the overwhelm, whatever, and I don't want to do that for that reason. I want to be as clear and as present as possible because I feel like that's what it's going to take, the going within in a clear body so that we can find our way forward and know what our next move is. But if I'm having a couple drinks and I'm, buzzed, and then I'm like, whatever, that's not gonna be clear. I'm not clear now, and
Right.
I need to be, there's been many times where I thought, I just would get a bottle of wine, like, screw this, this is a
Well,
nightmare.
and
I don't want to do that.
I've done that when it comes to sweets, because, the sugars, had to give them up. And then, when I get emotionally in turmoil, I will be like, I need ice cream.
Yes.
So like,
Yeah, it's not just alcohol, it's
Right.
anything that
There's-
you would do, that
that will
feeling.
change the way you're feeling,
Mhm.
right? And I think that's, part of our human experience too, is like when we get a feeling we don't like, we want to change it.
Avoid
Okay. Yeah, we want to avoid it, not
Right.
change it, right? We want to avoid it and, give it 90 seconds. That's all it's going to last. Allow it to move
Yes,
through
let it
you.
go. Yeah.
Allow it to move. Don't have to feed it. Just allow it to move through you, right? There is a part of us that knows how to be in our bodies without numbing,
Yes.
without leaving our mind and our spirit. So go to that.
Yes.
We are definitely in a time frame of life that has moved to that type of healing. I don't know about anybody else, but like my social media pages show sound healings, yoga nidras, yoga in general, and drumming, fire walks. I see ways to create resilience in my life naturally, without that, and in community. Oh my goodness. If community, that's where the protection is. That's where the strength comes from, especially as women. I think, there's this part of us where, a lot of times, especially our generation, was taught do it on your own, get it done, right? And I'm one of those. I'll move a whole house by myself.
Oh, I'll do it myself.
Yeah,
I do my own self.
I'm doing my own self. I don't need your help. Yeah. And that mentality, while it got me a lot of places, don't get me wrong, I can get
serves
stuff.
its own purpose.
I can get stuff done. However, to what I now have with having a tribe is I no longer feel alone, or that I have to do it all myself.
Right.
There is such an overwhelm, and especially today in this world, you look at it and go, well, what could I do? Right? Before we could even think about what an action point may be, we're looking at it from that place, from that lens of I've got to do it all anyway. Right? And if you're like that, the minute you see something, then the overwhelm kicks in. And we forget that we are not, while we are God, we are not all of God.
No.
Right? While we are the drop of the ocean, right? We can do only that what we are open to receive.
I love that. And when you're in that space of feeling like the numbing would be better, or the, not dealing with anything would be better, I encourage allowing those, like how you said, allow those emotions to move through you so that you can be within and find where that next, I like what you said so much that I lost what I was going to say. Because I was like, oh, that's very good. And then I'm like, and mine's like gone.
Yeah.
So it's not coming to me anymore. But I remember this one time, the thing with the post about the Obamas, and then your response to that. Was your first response anger?
Yes.
So if you weren't here that Sunday that she shared that still is such an example for me, and I think for everybody, when the monkey thing or whatever it was, ape thing, whatever it was with the Obamas, I don't want to give energy to that, came out, a lot of people were very angry. And they were angry about it. They shared it. Look at this. Look what happened. Blah, 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 blah. This whole thing gave all these comments, whatever, right? And that's how a lot of us saw it because of everybody sharing it and talking about it, and it's all over the
It
place, right?
keeps it alive.
Right. She didn't do that. She said, oh, no. But she didn't immediately go to the space of, hey, here's what I should do.
No.
I'm going to give into my spiritual confidence. And what should my move be? Oh, I will do this right now. No, I know her because I know her first was like, what is this? This isn't cool. We're not doing this. No. And she could have done the same thing. Certainly everybody had a right to do that. Everybody that didn't like it had a right to say something. Of course they did. But when you have spiritual confidence and you work from there, you're not numb, you are in your present moment, you begin within, you can say to yourself, yes, that makes me angry, and what's my next move from here? Right? And then when that move comes out, you can say, does that move lead me to where I want to go or what I want to see? Or does it add to this stuff that I'm not happy with? And because she got that answer and she knew that was the move that brought her to what she wants to see in the world, that is the move you made.
Mhm.
And it's a huge example of taking a moment. You can be angry, you can be mad, you can feel sad, you can be worried, scared, whatever you feel. You can do all those things. But be in this moment and say, what is actually happening and what's my next move from here? And then make sure it aligns with what you want to be experiencing and seeing in the world. And if it does, that's the right move. And you did that by instead posting something beautiful about the Obamas, reminding everybody about how amazing they were and what they did and this and that, not adding fuel to the fire of the other stuff and spreading that around, because what is the feeling of that? And all as empaths, we need to pay attention to those feelings because that's the barometer, that's the guide.
Right.
What's the feeling that gives me? Well, then that's not it. I want it to align with how I want to be feeling and what I want to see, what brings me joy, what not brings me. I am joy, happiness. I am all of the love, and I am that. So what aligns with me? This stuff doesn't align with me. So I don't want to give energy to that.
Right.
But if you're not able, if you've been, drinking sugar, whatever it is, you are not as clear and as strong to move like that. You're weaker. It weakens and I know I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I know that's why a lot of this stuff is out there to weaken our abilities. So those things need to just stop so that we can be as clear as possible. And right now it might be painful for a lot of us to be dealing with what's happening.
Right,
To
because
be
it's
feeling
big.
it's a lot.
It's so a lot.
Yeah.
It is so a lot. And, a lot, I think about how most of the time, and this is why we are where we are, most of the time people don't even think about politics prior to 10 years ago. It happened and there you go, and we voted. And I mean, yes, there were people that were way into it, but most of the general population was like, yeah, they look good. Okay, let's go there. Right? I remember my niece goes, the period in between 45 and 47. So she said, oh, good, I can go back to hating my president normally. Like, it didn't, to her, it didn't matter who it was, there was going to be an issue with the government. So, we really didn't have maybe an idea of bringing ourselves, at least I didn't. I didn't have an idea. That's who I'm going to speak for today, me. I didn't have an idea of bringing myself fully and competently. I was a willing ignorant. I willingly did not do my research to what it is. And now I find myself in a place where I have a choice to expand or contract. And that decision-making process is so right there now, where it never was before. It was only there on November 2nd every year or whatever that Tuesday or was that we voted, and that was it. And now I am constantly at a choice of how I'm going to move in this world. Am I going to contract or am I going to expand? Am I going to create from empathy? You know, and the things that I hold dear in my life, you know, am I going to take ownership of what is my part and move forward from there, or just say, yep, that's what you did. You caused this. Well, you know, we're all living it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how it happened. We're in it now. We must move forward from here. And in order to do that, I think right now, and I know I'm preaching to the choir on this one, but the choir is who I need.
It feels
The
good
choir
to
is
hear
who
it
I
all the same.
need
Yes.
to step up with our vibration, with our energy, not in an against situation, as Ernest Holmes spoke about, saying that I look for someone who is not against anything, but for. And we need to be for love, for empathy, for justice, for integrity, for ownership and communication and clarity and transparency. This is what we need to be for, and not focus on what we are so-called against, because that just creates, well, it doesn't create inner stillness, I'll tell you that much.
Not.
And it creates the conflict that we are now seeing in the world in such a bright, big form, this conflict.
Yeah, like my husband says, you know, and I'm sure all of us, when we think about it, if we haven't said this, love doesn't mean we let everything go and everybody gets away with everything. Love means we hold people accountable.
Right.
Right? If I love you, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to hold you accountable to what you've told me is important to you or whatever. If I see you, you know, falling off, I'm going to say something. I'm not just going to be like, oh, well, I love you, so whatever you want to do, it's just fine. No, I'm going to do
Unless I'm
something
eating a
about it.
donut, you just keep your mouth shut.
Well, it's because I probably have one too, and so
Yeah.
we're not good.
Wait,
So that's Anne's job.
right, so that would be
Donut
Anne's
part. That
job,
would
be a
Anne's
donut
job
monitor.
to be the sugar monitor, because I don't want to do that part. No, but that's, yeah, so when we're saying all of these things, it's not that we're going to ignore what's going on.
No.
Or we're not going to sit over here and not do anything and just live our little lives and like, oh, let me just pray and I'm just going to sit over here. No, we're still active and we're still doing stuff. It's just not stuff from the energy of hate, fear,
Right.
anger, any of that. It's not from that energy. It's from an energy of love and truth and righteousness. And that's the energy we move from. So you have to be really clear to be able to discern the difference. Where is my movement coming from? And all of us, I don't know a human who hasn't ever done something that we would have said is wrong.
Oh, gosh.
We've
no.
all done something. We've all moved in a way that wouldn't align with the truth of who we are.
Mhm.
And I'm not comparing to the things that are going on right now because they are really crazy, but we've all done things. So we need to begin within and cleaning dealing with our own selves and making sure what's coming out of ourselves is love, is in alignment with our truth, is what we would consider the right move. It comes from us first, and the ripple effect is massive. So if you think that, well, I'm just little Michelle over here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I just have a, little house. Who am I? I don't have millions of dollars to go do something. No, it doesn't. None of that out there matters. In here's what matters. And yes, I can cause great effect to this outer world.
That's right.
From my inner world.
That's right. You are in the quantum field of possibility.
Yeah.
Infinite possibility is happening. And so because you are one,
Yes.
because we are one,
Right.
and if we believe that, if we believe our teaching, if we truly believe our teaching,
That's right.
right? And there's another thing that Ernest Holmes talks about, to say that I have faith in this and not move from that
Mhm.
in a time period of challenge,
Right.
then I have no faith at all.
Right.
It's easy to say, I believe in the quantum possibility, the divine manifestation, the world that I can change my thinking, change my life when everything's going well.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
awesome and good for you.
And God has your back.
And
all
God
those
has your
things.
back.
Yes,
Right. Do
okay.
you believe that when your car's broke, the country's at war, you don't like where you're at, and the weight you're trying to lose has found itself back to you? Do you still believe all those things? Those are the things that we're moving from. And if we know that that is just, as our friend Deb Covington likes to say, experience. It is neither good nor bad. You might judge it whatever way you'd like.
Yes.
It is just experience. And we've come here as these, meat suits to experience the divine in form. So in doing that means, how do I want to experience all this stuff that's happening there, good, bad, or indifferent? How do I want to experience? Well, I want to experience as a living being.
Yeah.
I don't want to numb. I don't want to spend 6 hours in front of the TV, unless, of course, it is Bridgerton, because then, you can wake me after. I just really like that show.
I liked it too. But,
I like that show. But, I don't want to take away from this form and moving forward. I want to be someone who is an active participant in the field, manifesting joy, love, peace, going forward, versus being all constricted in the hate and the disappointment. And
I would encourage you that
depression.
if you feel like numbing, you're coming from the wrong spot, the wrong place,
Yeah, and just to check in.
because it feels overwhelming.
Yeah.
Anger, fear, worry, stress, all of that stuff feels overwhelming, and we do want to get rid of that, because that's not in alignment with what we are. So if you're feeling that way, I would encourage you to even dig deep and figure out how you can get back to your alignment, because I believe that those of us who are feeling that intense, that intense overwhelm, that intense sensation, we're being called. We're being called into action. We need to do something. And I'm not talking about we need to go right up here. Everybody needs to head to the White House and yank those people out there. I'm not talking about that. If someone's called to do that, I guess so. But we're called to begin within. We're called to do our spiritual work, because that's truly, I believe, what's going to move the needle in the direction we want it to go. I think these kinds of things cause me to have more spiritual confidence. It causes me to sit back into my spiritualness and say, whoa, what am I doing? I haven't meditated for the past 3 days. I haven't done these things. Get back to it, because I need to do those things. It causes me to get back in alignment with what I know I'm supposed to be doing. Or else, day to day starts going. I get busy.
Right.
My husband wants me here. This happens over here. The kids, and I just can move. And then next thing you know, I'm overwhelmed and I'm feeling stressed and all the stuff again. That's not my truth. That's this reality out here that might be happening, but that's not me. I need to get back to me.
Right. The only reason I'm sitting on the sofa with you is because of something like that. Right? That, being diagnosed with cancer, again, at that point, caused me, after my other emotions, which were not go within, trust me. But when I did get to the point that I was now going within and looking at my mortality of this body, I said, there are some things I want to do, and one of them was become a minister.
Yeah.
I had wanted to be a minister, and I had been taking classes here and there and, kind of plodding along, and eventually it was going to happen. But that was the catalyst that kicked my butt in gear, and I got in it for real. And I was done within the year. That was like, okay, it got me to a point where I was like, this is what I want out of life. And,
Well, and us together is because I saw your email where you
Right.
sent out and said, hey, I just, finished my thing. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Wait a minute, what?
And where do you go? And what do you do? And I got, some people said, hey, I'm not doing anything.
That's with me. I said, I'm not going anywhere because you wanted to, where should I
go?
What churches are you
Yeah.
all going to? I'd love to join you and have a coffee afterwards and looking for a new community or whatever. And I said, well, I'm not going there, but I'd like to talk to you.
It's like, okay.
I'd like to have a conversation with you. And
And-
I had been getting visions.
Yeah.
I'd been getting visions it was the strangest sensation because I couldn't figure out how to it was the weird thing. I was getting visions. And I remember talking to Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington about it and Colleen Sherline about it and saying that there was a gap that I couldn't see. It was almost like I couldn't figure it out for myself, right? Because that's the hell is not my business. But I was in this space of I'm getting this vision, but I feel like what am I supposed to be doing? Like I wasn't getting the next step. Like why is this happening? Like I feel a pull, but what? And I was in a little bit of fear about it too. And then you put that email out. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then I remember thinking to myself, okay, so it's crazy. This is crazy. My vision is crazy. This whole thing is crazy. And I said, okay, so if we're talking and I don't get the hit to do it, I'm not just not gonna say anything. We're just gonna have coffee. But I told myself, if you get the hit to do it, you have to say it. You have to say it. And of course, as soon as she sits down, my whole body's like, tell her, I'm like, shut up, would you shut up? My God, can I have a sip of the coffee? Like, give me a minute, like, just give me a second here. Oh my gosh. And I don't even know if we got to talking, because I think I said, so I wanted to tell you something or ask you something, and you said, oh, I thought we were just having coffee. Okay, hang on a second.
Right.
Okay.
I'm all like, let me get my receptive mode, right? You have to show up, right?
And I said something like, I'm having this vision of this church, and I was wondering if you were like, she's like, yes. I go, but I didn't even say what I didn't get to tell you what I was thinking. And you said, I don't care if you're doing it. I want to.
We're gonna do it. And then I think it was that week
It was
that
way too easy.
as I was in my office, which is my bathroom, and taking my bath, and we came up with the name.
You came up with Sofa Sundays. You said, well, what about, because I was envisioning like a couch. I was envisioning a living room. That's
You're
what it was.
right. You're talking about the living room conversations, so I wanted to bring this up because this was just on an Anson call recently about how they had this amazing idea to have conversation on a sofa, spiritual conversation. I said, oh my goodness, how wonderful. Anyhow, I'm like, yeah, we've been doing it for 4 years.
I know.
But not that we invented this. I would love to say that this is the truth, but it's not.
Oh,
This is really how it started
right.
with Ernest, with Emerson, with Trower.
So you didn't know that.
This was how
Yes.
the New Thought movement started in people's living rooms.
Because they had to hide it.
It was
and
a
they had these
philosophy.
Conversations
Right.
where they couldn't.
Ernest
exploring
Jones was
ideas.
trying to explain Troward, and if you've ever read Troward, you could understand why he needed an interpreter.
Yes.
So he's trying to explain it, and somebody said, "Hey, can you come over? I got a group of people showing up." Okay, sure. He
And
comes
I
over.
thought, I would love to be a fly on the wall. I wish I could have been a fly or sit in the. So because as a kid, we had a big family reunion, and my dad and his 3 siblings and their great aunt sat on a sofa and told stories to all of us kids sitting on the ground listening, and it was fascinating, like all these legends and these myths, like these little like folk tales about our family, like oh wow. And so that's how I envisioned. I remember thinking to myself, I would love to have been on the floor in the living room listening to these guys figure out New Thought.
Yeah. And have the thing.
I want to
The
be there.
transcendental movement was
Yes,
happening
how
at
they
the
do that.
time, and like all this, yeah. And then, not that you've heard from them because we haven't given them a chance to speak, but the other thing is, if you ever attended any church with me, you know that I just would say things out loud because I have no filters sometimes, and I wanted interaction.
Right.
We wanted interaction. We wanted to include the people in the congregation with us because it's not just us talking at you.
And it doesn't just come through us.
Right.
It comes
It's-
through all of us.
Right. And we didn't want to spend all day preparing a
No.
3-point talk of
Oh, gosh,
what you
no.
needed to know to live your life this week.
Yeah.
Right? We wanted you to know that the life you love living becomes your manifestation by beginning within.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
And that's how we got our name, just we gotta
Yeah.
begin within. Everything has to begin within first. And that's where so it's incredible the paths that everybody takes in this tapestry and get woven
Right.
together.
Because I had a heart attack, that's why we're here.
I know, right?
I had a heart attack that found cancer, that got me as a minister, that sent the email, that got you to coffee, that's how it happened, right?
Yeah.
So the reason we told you this story is so that you realize that the things that are happening that might appear bad in your life can be a stepping stone, or you can allow it to stay bad. It's not,
It's up to you.
it's a choice. It's a choice.
Yeah.
I could have stayed
Use it.
in the anger.
Mhm.
I could have stayed in the, part that said, okay, well, I did everything right as a practitioner of science of mind and still got cancer, so I'm done. I mean, because that was a moment,
Right?
and that was a thought process.
We can't turn our faith on ourselves.
Yeah,
It's not
Oh,
very
yeah.
hard to turn our faith on ourselves.
absolutely, absolutely. So I have my experiential. You ready? Does everybody have their coffee?
I drank all mine.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. I almost drank all
You
of mine.
waited too long.
I'm sorry, you were talking. Pretend. I'll let you look at mine. So, swirl your coffee.
Your cup is never empty.
Your cup. Right, there you go. You see the
I have a
swirls.
little bit.
See, there you go. You see the swirls.
Like a drop.
And in that, see, but that's your life, right? When you're swirling here your coffee, I can see here's my relationships with people, my job, my ministry, my health. All that's just swirling around, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now stop. Here's your inner stillness. When it stops, the coffee hasn't changed, right? This stuff doesn't change us when this happens. Who you are is not broken. Who you are is a divine essence that never changes, regardless of how much swirling happens.
Yeah.
You are perfect, whole, and complete.
Amen, sister.
So that was the experiential I wanted to give.
I love that.
There you
Very
go.
good job.
There you
Very
go.
good job. And you can do it without coffee.
And you can do it without coffee.
Just
Yeah,
sanitize.
you can use your imagination.
God gave you imagination.
Exactly.
How are you guys feeling? Anybody have anything to share? Anything? No. You don't have to, but I mean, in case anything's coming up for anybody. No.
Are you writing a love letter or notes?
Oh,
Look at this!
Let's do it. We had hands galore. I
Hands
love
up.
that.
There we
Woo,
go.
they have thought and went.
Yep, I got some. Let's hear it.
Am I here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I took polarity one last weekend, and the swirling motion is neutral. So if you're like charged with anything, positive or negative, with that experiential swirling, it actually allows you to get you to the experience of neutral, so you're not so charged.
Oh, I
I
love
like
that.
that.
So, see, coffee can be a meditative process.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The little girl that grew up Baptist, that would be me, wanted to say amen a lot. The very mature woman that shows up today just has to say that it's been a long 3 years to not be with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And to be reminded of begin within. And so yeah, the little girl wanted to say amen, amen, amen.
You can say amen here.
Do it anytime you want.
Yeah. And the grown woman just thanks you for the warm welcome back in and reminders to go within.
Wonderful. Thank you. You got anything for us, Annie? No?
Nothing. Annie feels good. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, goodness. Well, was a hot topic for inner stillness.
Right? I know. There was a lot of movement for inner stillness.
Yes,
And-
we need to know,
Right.
know the difference of the,
And that's true,
Yeah.
right? Because a lot of times we look at strength as being something that is about movement, right? Where we look at strength as being something where we have either built up a muscle, either physically or mentally or spiritually, and that we are capable of moving something, right? And that's good. However, there's also strength in the stillness, in the pause, in the breath. And I think for myself, I don't give that enough, opportunity to happen. I tend to want to have all of lifing. And so sometimes I forget, in order to have integration of what is currently happening in my experience, I've got to give it some time.
Yeah.
I got to give it a moment. I got to give it a breath. I got to give it a break to allow myself to receive that which the divine is presenting.
right.
And otherwise I don't see it. And everything's like in my peripheral just going so fast, I don't even have time to appreciate.
Right.
Because even though all this stuff is happening in the world, so is gratitude. So is good stuff, right? There are grandbabies. If you have nothing else, there are grandbabies.
And children.
And
And
children.
children will be driving in 6
And-
months.
And
yeah,
oh wow,
like it's
so they can
happening,
help
like
them
life.
bring themselves.
I know.
And then there's, rocks.
Nature.
There's
Beautiful
nature.
things.
There's hikes. Oh, I
So-
just like, and we live in Phoenix, and right now, this is why we live in Phoenix. It is the
It's our
most
Bait and
beautiful
switch
weather.
weather. It's our
It
bait
is
and
our
switch
bait and
weather.
switch weather. You come here, you think, oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
move here.
You know what?
I am moving here.
That is absolutely what happened to me. I visited Phoenix
Suckers.
almost every other weekend from San Diego from like January through Easter time period. And I was like, that's it, let's move. And then we made our date July
They always do
21st.
that. They always move in the summer.
Yeah, because I had kids in school, I had to move in the summer. But yeah, it's bait and switch weather. I love that.
It is
But
bait
it's
and
gorgeous
switch
right
weather.
now. And we're starting to get orange blossoms. And that, the smell of that is enough to intoxicate anyone. So there's so much good in life. There's so much good. And with that knowingness that there is some contrast to that we can help move that needle, as Michelle said. We can help move that needle by beginning within. Through prayer and meditation, through that pause, that inner stillness, through that divine confidence that I am.
Right.
Period.
Mhm.
Period.
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 And I have a little stillness practice for you this morning. So when you do find that time for yourself, you could do it fast, but once I think you get started, it gets a little yummy and you want to go a little longer with it. Take some time and find 10 things that you're grateful for.
Mm.
And do this anytime you are starting to spin out. Like just pull yourself back, get grounded. Gratitude always brings you back to present. And try not to do the usual things. Try to find some of those deeper things that you are grateful for. So 10 things that you're grateful for. And then 5 acts of love. So that would be really going in deep and thinking of 5 people or situations that are annoying you right now. I'm saying that nicely. Annoying you, that are bothering you right now. And send it your love. Use your power for good.
Mm.
And then take some time just for yourself. And you could do 2 affirmations for yourself. You can just sit in that stillness with yourself and ask for that spiritual guidance. What's my next move from here? So just spend, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, it could be however long you want it. But come into a present moment with yourself, begin within, and do those 3 steps you're gonna feel so much better, and you'll have caused a ripple effect that we need from all of us right now.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love that. All right.
All right, if there's nothing else, we will close the day.
All right. In this noticing, in this moment of everything I can hear that is present, that is possibility, that is the divine, that is me, and each and every person in the sound of my voice and beyond. I know as I speak that this is the law into which the divine consciousness creates. And as it is created, there is only good, there is only life, there is only love. Here, now, in us, as us, through us, to each and every person. And as they go forth, the ripple effect of love and life and presence and joy goes forth. This is the true blessing that is God in form. And as I speak blessings to teachers and leaders of all faiths, cities, countries, everywhere, knowing that they are divinely guided, guarded, and protected, and that their actions, no matter how it appears, brings forth greater good for all. That in this space that appears to not be, can only bring forth divine love. And for this I am so grateful. I am grateful for this experience, for beginning within, for the divine love that is. So I let it go, and I call it good, knowing it is done. And together we say, and so it is. There you go. All right. Woo. Feeling good today.
I feel good too.
I feel good. So I gotta tell you something.
What?
I was on my consciousness study call,
Yeah.
and I thought, you come back from break rooms, and I thought we were muted. And you all know I can't sing, right? So, and so I broke out in a song, and Dr. James goes, "Who's singing?" Right? And there's like 25 people in this, and I'm like, mute. It was kind of funny. Anyway, so there you go. If you would like to support my singing lessons,
Oh my
please
goodness.
go to beginwithin.com. Or if you would like to support us financially, Sofa Sundays, you can become a Spiritual Church Club partner, either as an individual for $45 a month or as a couple for $75 a month. And with that, you get mugshot. You get your mug. You get your Sofa Sundays charm. You get to get our journals and experience our cards and our classes for free. And so there's so much that is part of creating this community that we do. We'd like to invite you to join us. But if that's not for you, that's okay. There are other ways you can support us today. You can do a one-time donation at the same place. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe. If you're watching us in our Facebook group, join. Invite your friends to join. We are so close to 1,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
On our
that's
Sofa Sundays Facebook group. I think
Yes.
we're at 927. Please
Please
invite
share
75 people to join us.
Share
Thank
and
you.
invite. Share and invite. Share and invite.
That's how you
Comment,
can
all
help.
those things. Yes.
It costs nothing to do that. That's how you can help us change the algorithm and create more good in your life, in our lives, in the world.
Yes, perfectly said.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We are so happy to be with you on Sundays. And I love you, and
I love you
I
too.
missed you last
What is
week.
this? Look, she's shaking my hand. What the heck
And
is
we'll
this
see you
stuff?
next
All right, bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.